This week's Torah portion is called Teitze, which is usually translated as when you will go out. Moshe discusses restrictions on Israeli soldiers who go out to war. It was common in the ancient world for victorious armies to capture women from their defeated opponents. These women were usually treated as slaves with no human rights. We saw this new generation struggle with such temptation in the war with Midian in the Torah portion called Matot. Before we conquer the people who occupy the Holy Land, Moshe will need to rein in this dangerous temptation with our soldiers. Chapter 21, verse 13 states, "And she shall remove the dress of her captivity from upon her, and she will settle in your house, and she will weep for her father and her mother for a full month. Afterwards you will come to her as her husband, and she will be to you a wife." From the start, Israeli soldiers are forbidden from enslaving these women, as was common in the ancient world. They can only bring women home as wives, with all of the rights and privileges of a wife. However, the wording of the passage indicates that this is a warning against bringing home women from defeated enemies, even as wives. What would happen, for example, if the soldier were to later regret his decision to marry a foreigner and were to try to compensate by marrying a second wife, an Israeli wife? Verses 15 and 16 continue. "If a man has two wives, the one loved and the one hated, and they bear him sons, the loved one and the hated one, and the firstborn son is from the hated one. And it shall be on the day when he bequeaths to his sons what will be his, he cannot bequeath the birthright to the son of the loved wife over the son of the hated one, who is the firstborn son." We already see that the soldier has created a very messy and complicated home life for himself. Nothing good can come of the favoritism that we see in this theoretical household. What happens if the firstborn son were to rebel against his father over this favoritism? In the Torah portion called Toldot, we ask the question whether a child's rebellion over favoritism is justified and therefore would be contact refusal, or if it's not justified and therefore would be parental alienation. This week's Torah portion is not concerned with whether or not the rebellion is justified. The outcome is the same according to verses 18 to 21. "If a man will have a wayward son and rebellious, he does not listen to his father's voice or his mother's voice, and they will chastise him, and he will not listen to them. And his father and his mother shall seize him and remove him to the elders of his city and to the gates of his place. And they will say to the elders of his city, 'This son of ours is wayward and rebellious. He does not listen to our voice. He is a glutton and an addict. And the people of his city shall pelt him with stones, and he dies. And so shall you eradicate the evil from your midst, and all Israel will hear and fear.'" A passage that seems at first to allow soldiers to bring home captive women from the battlefield turns out to be a strong warning against such behavior that can lead to deadly parental alienation. This reminds us of Bilaam's strategy to curse us. However, chapter 22, verses 4 through 6 encourages us that the Heavenly Father turned his curses into a blessing. The Torah portion ends on a warning about our perpetual enemy Amalek, who is still ahead of us. "Remember what Amalek did to you on the way after your exodus from Egypt, that approached you on the way and attacked from behind you all the stragglers at your rear. You were faint and weary, and they did not fear God. When the Lord your God will give you respite from all of your surrounding enemies in the land that the Lord your God gives you to possess as an inheritance, you shall blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Do not forget." Next week's Torah portion is called Ki Tavo, and it will prepare us to enter the Promised Land. Will Moshe finally discuss the blessings for keeping the Torah and the curses for neglecting it?